we bring to you Raggle Taggle by Walter Starkie with the music by Chad Brodbeck with on the violin, the orange one, and certain excerpts read by the shy young lady over here, Claire Stokes, and your cameraman being me. But Walter, he wandered around Hungary and lived with the gypsies at a time when very few people understood what their life was. And he brought back to us not only an account of his experiences, but also these wonderful traces of their music. Have a drink with Walter. This is Raggle Taggle Gypsy Part 2.
Mrs. Jacobs, the wife of a professor at the Institute of the town, was the true matron. She wore a more severe costume with a black veil around her head. With her were 2 young daughters, whom she ordered to sing unpublished doinas for me. When one girl finished a song, her sister began another, and so the afternoon lengthened itself into the evening. One of the doinas fascinated me by its melancholy beauty, and when I asked the girls about it, they told me it was by a native of Saliste called Onetia, who has published collections of the folk music of his region. I could read the words, "Dear fi lumia, dear fi lumia, de hearty dor, 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 dorle, dorule." Page 279. It was late at night when I took leave of my hospitable friend, the Papa, and his charming wife, and set out to find my host, Arsenault. I walked through the village, searching in every inn and cafe I could find. At last I met him by chance. He was in the middle of a group of men and women who were dancing on the batatura, or dancing floor, outside and in. The name batatura is given to the ground, which has become hard owing to the dancing. In the middle, some peasants were dancing the dance called invartatora, an intricate rhythm which was vigorously stamped as well as played by 2 fiddlers and a flute player nearby. The tune of the invartita was as follows. At one moment I heard a young man serenading a girl who was up on a balcony like a rustic Juliet. The doina was the following tune. We are on page 363. The doina is the characteristic song of the Romanians, full of plaintive melancholy and suggests the kilt. But it is far more highly ornamented with arabesques of grace notes, and it calls back to mind the ancient church modes.
Wow.
At Brasov, I met Monsieur Brodbeck, the great Hungarian Romanian folklorist, and he had given me the collections of the doinas and dances. So when Vasily turned me to and asked me to play, I would strike up a tune like the following. And all would start singing afresh. Then from the doinas we would pass on to the quicker dances, such as the brawl or the botata. First phrase might easily be a dignified minuet to the Haydn or Mozart, whereas it comes from one of the most primitive parts of Europe. Page 371. Bela Bartok, in his collection of Romanian dances, gives the following tune, which is played on the occasion. Dancers with the poles beat them in rhythm and produce a weird, ponderous effect.